Welcome everybody. This is another funded trader video of Trader Pool, and today Richard is with me. Hi Richard, thanks for
Hi,
coming.
Michael.
Hey, so this is amazing. You actually passed two evaluations, so you basically have two funded accounts with us. That will be super interesting for the guys at home that will listen to it. You know, just to understand how you pass it, what is your style, your trading style, and any type of advice that you can share with them. So let's dive right to it. How long you been trading for?
Okay, effectively, have been trading for the past 5.5 years.
Okay, so
So
that's
it,
decent enough. Yeah.
yes, that's right.
So
And what
yeah, go
what
ahead.
happened is that I recently, not too long ago, about a couple of months ago, chanced upon Trade the Pool,
Mm.
and I realized that this is the proprietary trading for me. That's why I have tried my hands on one of their account first to start off with, which I have subsequently managed to pass the qualification.
Amazing. And okay, so give us the secret. What is it that got you into past two evaluation accounts?
Okay, I guess there's no secret here per se. We all know that to be a successful trader, we need to be very mindful about risk management. So there's a very cliche that risk management is everything. In fact, for a successful funded trader, I think we have to be constantly mindful about the risk that we can manage to be exposed to. Like for instance, take the example of my mini buying power program. The daily loss is $300. So whatever trades that we are going to into, we have to be very mindful that we can only risk our $300 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So the trade plan that you are going to devise should factor that as the first priority. Like in the event that, of course, if the trade does not pan out, are you okay to lose the $300? And is it according to the rules of your trading plan to lose this $300? Of course, if let's say the trade is going to pan out in your favor, then of course it's a happy thing to have. So the risk management will be the key thing to me that we have to adhere by very, very strictly.
So so let's talk a little bit about that. When you're saying risk management, and like you said, you are trading the mini buying power. For those of you not familiar at home, it's basically means that you have $20,000 of buying power, and it's passing basically the PDT rule. So you can day trade with the 20,000 because you trade in a chunk from our big pool. And let's talk about this risk management. You know, you have like the $300 daily loss. What do you do once you start trading? Are you risking the full 300? You're risking some of it? How do you decide how much to risk per trade, let's say?
Okay. I'm quite a risk taker, to be honest. So
Okay.
I'm prepared to lose the $300. But of course, with this mentality, I am also confident that I'm going to make more $300 than losing the $300.
Yeah.
So what happened is that for every trade that I have identified, I would factor in the maximum loss of $300, like I say, and then plan out what is the probable profit that I'm going to take. Of course, we all know that as a good trader, your risk reward ratio should be at least more than 1:1, if not better.
Yeah.
So that is my strategy as well. I want to have a better than 1:1, but worst scenario is 1:1, depending on the trade that I'm entering. What I need to do is also to look at the fluctuation, the volatility of that particular ticker that I'm entering. Some of the trades are really very volatile. And for those very volatile stocks that we are going to enter, we will have to bear in mind that, okay, because of the volatility is very high, we will have to scale in with lesser capital.
Hmm.
And effectively, for my own strategy, I will factor up to 20% price
Got it.
movement into my position.
So, and this is because you mostly trade, I say that you trade penny stocks mostly, right?
Yes,
A
that's
lot of
right.
short
That's right.
selling those.
Yes,
So,
I like to trade like stocks that's spanning from maybe as little as 30 cents to like a few dollars.
Hmm.
That's my preferred
Why?
range.
Why is that?
Okay, because they are usually the market gainers of the day. Usually, if you look
Okay.
at the scanner for the pre-market gainers as well as the regular market gainers, usually they are in that range.
Yeah, definitely. Those penny stocks, gap in, moving very strongly up and down. And I see a lot of our traders, funded traders, and also the guys that on the evaluation that, looking to trade or fade those penny stocks.
Right,
It's by far the most trading style, the best trading style, or not the best, but the most traded trading style
that's right.
with us, because we do offer for the guys that first time seeing us. So we do offer 12,000 symbols, and you can short any type of stock, even penny stocks. Okay, let me share the screen and show the guys at home those two evaluation phase that you passed, valuation accounts, and let's talk a little bit about that. Okay, so this is the first one, right? And you already have your funded account on this one. So you reach the goal on the mini BP, the $20,000 buying power. It's 1,800 that you need to make in order to reach the goal. And you had, let's talk a little bit about that before moving to the second account, because you had a nice move to the upside, then drop, and then bounced up again. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, initially, I have been very disciplined in trading my own strategy. So what happened is that I run into some roadblock in the sense that when I hit the 1,800 profit target, I was actually explained by trader pool staff that's because one of my winning trade has already surpassed the 30% mark.
Yeah.
So there is actually a new target. And because of that, I think I'm overzealous about trying to get
Mm,
to achieve the objective. And because of that, I really have violated many of my rules, so to speak. And because of that, as we can see in the chart, that the profit margin actually went down all the way to almost zero or
yeah.
even negative. And at that time, I was a bit frustrated, to be very honest. So I was telling myself that, okay, you are not disciplined enough. You have to get back to your disciplined self, work according to your strategy and your plan, be patient, and don't be overzealous about getting the profit target. So from then on, you can see that you have been quite rapid.
Yeah.
Yeah, in going
Bounce
up
up.
in yeah, it's quite a steep up. So I was actually focusing more and more disciplined in a sense. So because of that, I'm able to get back on track.
So that's a very important lesson for the guys at home. Basically, we have what we call the consistency rule. When your best trade cannot be more than 30% out of the total profit. Now, since Richard made more one trade more than 30%, he needed to continue to trade until this trade will be basically less than 30%, and this is what he did. So that's also a um, very nice trading on your end. Even though you dropped all the way to zero, even less than that, then you bounced up again very nicely. So it shows a lot of character as a trader. So yeah,
I think that's very important. For every successful trader, we need to be uh, have the necessary perseverance, tenacity.
yeah. And we can see some of your trades here. Um, yeah, like you said, a lot of short selling, a lot of penny stocks. Let's maybe touch a little bit about that, because I do talk about it with other funded traders as well. What is your style when you look into short that penny stocks?
Okay, my typical trading days will start with scanning the market, as probably with all other traders. looking at what are the hot tickles that are of interest. So once I zoom in to the top gainers, I would typically look at if there is any press releases that
Yep,
trigger all these gains, whether they are backup or they are actually in a way pumped up. So especially for those stickers with no news, I would also be cautious because it could be pumped up to many, many times over. So I
exactly.
will be very cautious about just shorting into any tickles without press release or news. So I would personally prefer those with news, with press releases. So at least I know that there are some trigger points that actually pumped up the interest of other traders or market buyers. So I would then watch how they pan out, as in the price action pan out. And patiently, I will sideline myself first until such time when I see there is actually a reversal. And that is a time when I will enter the market.
What is reversal means for you? You know, how do you, like you said, it could continue higher and higher and higher, like a short squeeze. The pump can continue. How do you find that moment where you said, okay, that's it. From here, it should drop?
Okay. What I do is I use multiple time frames to help me with monitoring the movement, whether they are the price action is consistently going up still, or whether they are showing trace of slowing down and even making a U-turn down instead of going up. So my multiple time frame actually helped me a lot in the sense that at one shot, I'm not just looking at one time frame. I'm
Hmm.
typically looking at a longer time frame, which is typically more than 15 minutes to half an hour. So
Okay.
with this time frame that is in front of me, I will then be able to pinpoint with higher confidence level that okay, the market price action is making a U-turn, and I can be prepared to go in.
And that's great. That's a great advice. I see, like I said, I see a lot of the traders that looking to do the same. The interesting point, I guess, and since you've been trading almost for like 6 years, you said, I guess my question will be: did you find difficulty of doing such thing like shorting penny stocks during more of a like a bullish market? Is it, and do you see any effect from it or anything like that? Do you have period of times during your trading session that you said, you know what, it's not working right now?
Okay, I'm constantly in touch with the market, so I will have to constantly keep myself above the market, I thought, in terms
Hmm.
of how is it moving. Sometimes it does change in terms of the market movement, in terms of how it responds to certain tickles and certain news, particularly. So with all this so-called keeping touch with the market helps me. I wouldn't say that I have difficulty in looking for opportunity. Every day that they tend to be opportunity. If let's say you look hard enough, there are
Hmm.
always stickers that like hike for at least 50%, 60%, 70% within the market day. So that is a time whereby if based on your historical tracking that oh certain news actually will subsequently stop going up and make a U-turn, that is a time where you can go in. So I keep track of all the news, the different news as well. Typically,
Okay.
what are the news that will have the pump and dump effect, and
Yeah.
what are the news that are typically very robust, which will continue to move up and higher. So based on those news that I have kept track, it helps me to know with certain confidence level that okay, these are the news that I can play with higher confidence level.
I understand. So let's talk a little bit about trade pool. How did you find us?
I chanced upon trade the pool on the internet when I was actually actively looking for funded trading.
Hmm.
In
Okay.
fact, I have been wanting to look for one that is specializing in shorting stocks, and I
Okay.
couldn't find. Unfortunately, many have been like focusing on currency trading,
Yeah.
futures trading, and I wouldn't be able to look for something that really look at trading of stocks in particular. So maybe it's a God bless thing that I chance upon you finally, and I was actually very excited about it. So I thought, hey, this is a very rare and unique opportunity, which fit me very well. That's when I jump into it and give it a try.
Nice. That's amazing, Richard. So, like we said, you have two funded accounts. Basically, you passed two evaluation. Now, are you gonna do? Did you think of doing like one for penny stocks, the other one for a big cap like Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, or you're gonna stick to penny stocks no matter what?
For now, I'll be sticking to what I feel that I'm better in terms of penny stocks. Tesla is something that I would consider. Maybe I will do the options instead of buying shares because they are pretty expensive, as you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if go back to the question that whether I would even go for more funded accounts, yes, the question is a resounding yes. I would want to go for the ultra buying power
yeah,
account at the next time possible, and to also let the rest of them know who are actually watching us that there's a competition right coming on,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
on 30th October.
yeah.
Yeah, and feel free to join the competition. And I thought it's going to be a very exciting one, and I have already enrolled into one.
Amazing. So
Oh yeah,
hopefully
I'm everything.
you will win it. You know, the ultimate PP. There are a lot of good traders that already signed up
Yeah,
for
I
the
bet.
competition. So it's gonna be fun to see who can handle it.
Yes.
Yeah, and great prizes as well.
Yeah.
All right, it was great, Richard. Thanks so much for that. I'm sure the guys at home that watching it right now, got more information and more just knowledge, insight of how to pass the evaluation, how to become funded. Obviously, we give um, the benefits of trading with traded pool is obvious.
Hmm.
You don't need a lot of capital. You can short anything. That's totally makes sense. A no brainer. All righty, Richard. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Happy to see
Bye
you.
for now.